Hello, my name is Timothy Arrington. I work for Infinity Lead Generation Services. We are a small web design SEO service company, internet marketing company that work with local businesses. Anywho, I made this video real quick because I accidentally came across your site, well, your site or lack thereof, when I was down in Macon visiting my wife. She was doing some work down that way. And I decided to make this quick video for you just to pass on a little bit of information. So first things first, please excuse me if I stumble, bumble, or use incorrect words. I am definitely not a professional speaker. But one thing that I am professional with is websites, web design, and SEO services. So I get a little excited. I might talk a little too much. I'm going to try to keep this to a minimum. But I just wanted to point some things out to you to let you know that right now you're leaving money on the table. You're missing out on some prime opportunities. And if you started your tree service for the same reason everybody else started their tree service, which is to, provide a way of living for you and your family and all those type of things, then this video is going to be important to you. So real quick, let me get down to it. Type in tree services right here, Macon, Georgia. Of course, everybody knows that Google is the search of search engines, period, on the internet. Everybody Googles. So if somebody that doesn't know you is not referred to you by somebody you've done business with in the past, they're at home, they got this old tree in the yard, it fell over. They're looking for tree services in Macon. They're going to type in tree service. They're going to Google it. Here's what's going to show up if I was living in Macon. Tidwell, Macon Tree Service, Montgomery Inc. Tree Services. Those three guys right here are listed in what we call the map pack. The 3-pack, rather. This is the map pack where you see the maps. This is prime real estate for Google. Because if I logged on and don't know anybody, I'm thinking to myself, these guys must really be somebody because they're the first ones that Google gives me. That's prime real estate. Everybody wants those spots. Unfortunately, can't buy these spots. There's nothing you can do to buy them. You have to do things behind the scenes when designing your website, building your website, all kinds of things, backlinks, citations, trust flow, citation flow, so forth and so on. A bunch of mumbo jumbo that I don't want to get into, but it's all kinds of things that we have to do for SEO services to help get companies listed up here. The number 2 prime real estate area would be right below the map listings. And this is called the organic listings. Once again, you see things, you see Tidwell Tree Service, I see Gray's Brothers. I don't know who these guys are. The Better Business Bureau listed them. See the yellow pages, so forth and so on. I see Angie's List, Home Advisor. Now the thing about Google, what they prefer to list instead of Angie's List or instead of the yellow pages, Home Advisor. What Google really prefers to list is small local companies. That's what they prefer. So this guy right here, Tidwell Tree Service, that's what Google's looking for. Local companies, that's what they want. Once they don't have enough local companies or their websites are not authoritative enough, then they start throwing in other things like Angie's List, Yellow Pages, pretty much to fill in the blanks. And so people that are local, that do work in the community, being pushed to the next pages. Now, let me ask you this real quick. If you did a search for tree service and this came up, 9 times out of 10, you're going to select one of these guys on this page. You're going to select somebody from this 3-pack, or you're going to select somebody from right down here because these guys must be the guys because they're on the first page. Not many people are coming down here on the pages 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You may get somebody on page 2. That's a possibility. But after page 2, you're pretty much lost. So what that means for these guys over here on page 3, their websites are just wasting time. They're just idle. They're just floating out there in the background. Nobody's going to really see them unless you know that person personally. So once again, I typed in tree service, and as you can tell, C&G Tree Service is nowhere to be found on page 1. They were nowhere to be found on page 2 either. I already looked, so I don't want to waste time. We've already been talking for 4 minutes. So I accidentally clicked this little thing right here, more places. When I clicked it, it gives a more in-depth map listing, and voila, there you go, C&G Tree Services. Now I see you right there, but right now, gotta be honest, You're at a total disadvantage. You and Mr. Blaylock Tree Works are in the same boat because neither one of you guys have a website. And so if I'm over here looking for a tree service company, am I going to call you? Or am I going to click on this guy's website since I'm already on the internet? Probably going to click on this guy's website, see what he offers, see if I can get some pricing, get a feel for the company as I view and search through their website. That's all the things that websites have to offer. So I dug a little deeper. I clicked right here, and this little box pops up, fortunately for me. And as I started looking at this box, I go down right here. Voila! You do have a website, C&G Tree Service. I believe that's you. I would think that's you, C&G Tree Services. So maybe it is. Oops, excuse me. I don't know how that happened. Let's go back. Didn't mean to do that. So anyway, I clicked on it. I took a look at your website. I said, well, let me take a look at the website. And I got to tell you, your website, listen, I'm just going to be honest. Your website is not going to cut the mustard. Google looks for content, authoritative content on top of that. Right now, your homepage is like 3 sentences. And it's not giving up much. You got some pictures. Look like you had 8 pictures here of trees, which is, that's pretty, but that's zero information. I go to your tree facts, and this is probably the most in-depth page, one of the most in-depth pages you may have. Take a second to load. Give me a second. Slow internet these days. There we go. You gave a little bit of tree facts. It's great. Not bad. All right. So right there, I see you got a few things. Let me pull up. This is spur of the cuff, so please give me a second. I'm gonna pull up Conyers Tree Service. Tree Services. All right, so here's a tree site up here near me in Conyers, Georgia. We had to build one of these tree sites for this guy. See if you can see the difference between your site and ours. This is my home page. All right. We're already getting into, I probably got more words on my home page than you have on your entire website. This is just my home page. Then I'll come over here. We got the tree services that we provide. Tree pruning, tree trimming, so forth and so on. I go through that. More content, more verbiage. Come over here, excuse me. Tree removal. More content, more verbiage. All right. So I say a lot to say, when I come over here to your website, it's lacking in content. Let's just be honest. It's lacking in content. You go out and you cut trees. You look at the trees. You analyze what's needed to be done to make the tree, to fell the tree safely, the cleanup, the cost, the time to you and your crew. This is what you do every day. What I do every day is analyze websites. And right now I'm looking at your website. So not only is your website not listed on Google, right here, you don't have your website attached with Google, which is mistake number 1, probably the biggest mistake. But the second mistake is your website doesn't have any authoritative content. If you want to know what I mean by authoritative content, go to Google, type in anything, type in Mike Tyson. And when you do the search, the first company that's going to come up with information on Mike Tyson is not even going to be Mike Tyson. It's going to be Wikipedia. The reason Wikipedia is always number 1 in so many searches that we do is because when you click on that link, Wikipedia has thousands upon thousands of words talking about that topic, giving you every detail, every historical link, every date, anything important about what you just typed. That's what Google is looking for. That's what we provide. That's what we do. So I would love to sit down and talk with you. I believe your name is Byron. I just kind of came across your name. I'm sending you this information. Do with it as you may. If you like what you hear, give me a call. My number is 404-790-3369. It should be attached to the email. You're more than welcome to go to my website, Infinity Lead Generations. Take a look around. But give me a call. I would love to help your company because I'm absolutely positive that the reason you started C&G Tree Services was to make money for your family, provide security for your children. And if you're leaving money on the table, that means you could be doing better. And I'd love to help you do that. So give me a call. Talk to you later.